I'ma be the best me. Exit 6. LaRon. That's me. Yeah. Let's go. Yo, I'ma be the best me, that's all I gotta do. I'ma be the best me, I deserve the best things. I don't need no sympathy, people gon' remember me. When they bet against me, then people gon' lose. I'ma be the best me, but what I gotta prove. I'ma be the best me, you deserve the best things. Call before your jet leaves, all the ones in memory. We can feel your energy, I face myself in verses, they just okay with verses. I want the best me, so I figured I'd create the version. With bored tires, y'all liars, and them lasers swerving. My wordplay be perfect place, now I know it makes you nervous. Couldn't pay my mom's back, even with the latest purses. You prayed away them curses, all them days you stayed in churches. Your little boys, I know you hated how we played the cursing. That rap music drawing fluence in it plays its purpose. Enriched our lives, never basic when these facts will surface. I know how to rank you for it, I love you and I thank you for it. Mommy, you did the shit last, I'm putting you first. I'm sorry for the things they did that caused you to hurt. It go, I'ma be the best me, it's all I gotta do. It go, I'ma be the best me, I deserve the best things. I don't need no sympathy, people gon' remember me. When they bet against me, then people gonna lose. I'ma be the best me, but what I gotta prove. I'ma be the best me, you deserve the best things. Call before your jet leaves, all the ones in memory. We can feel your energy. A prosperous session, but not picture perfect. I give advice over our meals because I think you're worth it. I'm flawed like your name when I write it out in cursive. I know my angels lurking, even if I ain't attend your service. Help me complete my purpose, keep me safe from them jealous ones that can't tell us none. Haters be like them broke hitters, that dirt weed who can't sell us none. Rap game, everybody wanna deal with the hell is that, so sell us something. The way they ride them waves, gonna mess around and hit a sell or something. Defeating all my weaknesses, I don't even know what weak it is, but the best is yet to come. I know it's hard for you to see it big. The hurt and loss and trauma, it's still strengthening up my armor. It's still people wishing me bad. I know they still getting that karma. Listen, I'ma be the best me, is all I gotta do. I said that I'm coming for everything. I put that on everything. You deserve the better things. I deserve the better things. When they go against us, then people gon' lose. I'ma be the best me. I need that one more time. I need that one more time. Exit. We need to lead on a positive note. Let's go. LaRon. That's me. Yeah. Let's go. Yo, I'ma be the best me, it's all I gotta do. I'ma be the best me, I deserve the best things. I don't need no sympathy, people gon' remember me. When they bet against me, then people gonna lose. I'ma be the best me, but what I gotta prove. I'ma be the best me, you deserve the best things. Call before your jet leaves, all the ones in memory. We can feel your energy, send my love. Yo, I face myself in verses, they just okay with verses. I want the best me, so I figured I'd create the version. With bored tires, y'all liars, and them lasers swerving. My wordplay be perfect place, now I know it makes you nervous. Couldn't pay my mom's back, even with the latest purses. You prayed away them curses, all them days you stayed in churches. Your little boys, I know you hated how we played the cursing. That rap music drawing fluence in it plays its purpose. Enriched our lives, never basic when these raps will surface. I know how to rank you for it, I love you and I thank you for it. Mommy, you did the shit last, I'm putting you first. I'm sorry for the things we did that caused you to hurt. It go, I'ma be the best me, it's all I gotta do. I'ma be the best me, I deserve the best things. I don't need no sympathy, people gon' remember me. When they bet against me, then people gonna lose. I'ma be the best me, but what I gotta prove. I'ma be the best me, you deserve the best things. Before your jet leaves, all the ones in memory. We can feel your energy, send a love. Yo, a prosperous session, but not picture perfect. I give advice over our meals because I think you're worth it. I'm flawed like your name, and I write it out in cursive. I know my angels lurking, even if I ain't attend your service. Help me complete my purpose, keep me safe from them jealous ones that can't tell us none. Haters be like them broke hitters, that dirt weed who can't tell us none. Rap game, everybody wanna deal with the hell is this, a sell or something? The way they ride them waves, gonna mess around and get a sell or something. Defeating all my weaknesses, I don't even know what weak it is, but the best is yet to come. I know it's hard for you to see it big. The hurt and loss and trauma is still strengthening up up my armor. It's the people wishing me back. I know they still getting that karma. Listen, I'ma be the best me is all I gotta do. I'm coming for everything. I put that on everything. You deserve the better things. I deserve the better things. When they go against us, then people gonna lose. I'ma be the best me is all I gotta do. I'ma be the best me. I deserve the best thing. I don't need no sympathy. People gonna remember me. When they bet against me, then people gonna lose. I'ma be the best me, but what I gotta prove. I'ma be the best me. You deserve the best things. Call before your jet leaves. All the ones in memory. One more time, one more time. I bet that I'ma be the best me is all I gotta do. I'ma be the best me. I deserve the best things. I don't need no sympathy. People gonna remember me. When they bet against me, then people gonna lose. I'ma be the best me, but what I gotta prove. I'ma be the best me. You deserve the best things. Call before your jet leaves. All the ones in memory. We can feel your energy. We send our love to you.
I said we send our love to you. I said we send our love to you. We send our love to you. I said we send our love to you. We send our love to you. We send our love to you. No, I don't really feel like doing that. Let's get into the commentary because I might end up playing music all night. So listen, this is your boy LaRon Potent Pondering back with another video. Please come in and thumbs up this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, hit all notifications so you have my videos in your possession each and every time that I go live or I do uploads. Shout out to all of my new subscribers and my returning subscribers. So I just wanted to come and go live real quick. I'm really going to try to keep it this 11:57. I want to be off of here by 12:57. By 1 o'clock, I want to be off of here. Actually, let me send a text message. I need to actually send my people's a message. Give me a second. So how are y'all doing? It's Friday now. It's Friday morning. Let's see on live. Let me put my phone on silent. I ain't even put no thumbnail up. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to come and say rest in peace to OJ Simpson. Now, any 80s babies, maybe early 90s babies, I don't know if you remember, but yo, I remember in the 90s, like when that whole OJ Simpson trial was going on, was taking place. It was so crazy. Like I just remember being on edge. I remember like back in the early 90s when we used to really watch TV like that. I can't even say it's a sad thing, but I don't even watch TV like that anymore. I don't. Like, that's really crazy. With the way that people are able to communicate in vast ways, like, with being online and different things like that, I don't even watch the news. Like, I get all of my news online, or I get like news flashes or things like that. Like, I found out that OJ Simpson passed away because I got an alert on my phone from like, I can't remember who alerted me earlier. It was some sort of news app that alerted me. It might have been an app that's built into the iPhone. It was earlier when I was at work. It came across my phone. Yeah, I'll be on it. I paid my rent already for May. I don't be playing. When I got extra money, I don't play around because when May first come, I'm going to have something else that I want to do. Like, you just got to free up. As you get older, you got to learn like to free it up, because if you got the money sitting around, not saying that accidents, certain things don't happen, but I try to be ahead of the game. Who alerted me earlier that OJ Simpson passed away? It was earlier today. I must have clicked on it, but it was from a news. It was from a news, some sort of news report that reported that he passed away. So I definitely want to send my condolences. His passing has spawned so many people showing like they, rearing their ugly heads and showing their true ways. Like, I remember one of the things I remember back in the day is when that verdict came out and he was acquitted of charges. I just remember that. I can't even say that it was Fox News, but I know that they was panning the camera in different places, and it was like all the people of color were happy and celebrating, and a lot of the people, they were not happy at all. And I was really thinking about this. And I'm not going to, first and foremost, hold on a second. Let me make sure that my stuff is on. Let me make sure my monetization is on. Give me a second. All right. So yeah, it's on. All right. So rest in peace to Nicole Brown Simpson and also Ronald Goldman, right? But I personally felt as though that this case wasn't really about those people, because not saying that they didn't care about those people, but they didn't know them. I felt like that case wasn't even about OJ Simpson. It was more so about black against white. That's what it definitely felt like that back in the day. Listen, it was like, yo, you would have to have been there. I know that a lot of my watchers or listeners, I know that y'all are of like the same age as me. Like, I turned 41 this year. So it's like 80s babies. Like, I feel like, to be honest with you, we had the best type of life. And I'm gonna tell you why. Orange poppy soda. That's one of my favorite flavors. Somebody told me they didn't like the poppy soda. They said they didn't like the aftertaste. I don't think it has an aftertaste like that. I mean, it doesn't taste like straight up, like Sunkiss or like the Fanta. Yo, that Fanta back in the day. Oh my God. But this right here, I've been saving this can of soda all week. This can of prebiotic soda. Only got 7 grams of sugar in it. I've ran almost 7 miles today, so I can treat myself to whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, back to the subject at hand. I felt like this case was more so about black versus white, but more so, I'm not going to say those people didn't care about Nicole Brown and Ronald Goldman, but I felt like they more so cared about OJ being found guilty. And I don't understand why. Y'all get off on stuff every day. It's almost like that you have some sort of immunity or impunity to getting away with crime each and every day in this country. It's like, were y'all mad because, a black man got off once, and they're like, I'm at all of the time. I was just watching something today on the channel that I was looking at today. This guy, and luckily he's blessed though, right? But in Chicago, he got charged with murder, and they sentenced him to 50 years when he was 20 years old. He's just now getting out at the age of 31 because they had to do some sort of x-ray to prove his innocence and to prove that like he wasn't capable of even committing a crime. I can't remember the details, but it's like people get, the justice system is flawed. And, I don't understand like why. Listen, OJ, he went through the channels, he went through trial and all of that. And I even remember, it's like when I tell you in the 90s, certain things were just huge. Like I said, we used to watch TV so much. I remember like the OJ Simpson case was huge. The LA riots were huge, and it was like all of that was connected. And then that woman, I can't remember her name. Remember that girl in LA who got killed by that Korean store owner? That was like close. That was like all like back to back. Yeah, it was so much. The 90s was really crazy. And I remember up in my area, it was like some sort of Rodney King thing going on where the police was doing something to this guy that was near where I was at. And it was like everybody was so on edge. And think about it, this is New York. LA, like thousands of miles away. And we like everybody was just crowded around the police. I never forget that. It was right near my house around on the bridge where I used to live at. And it was so crazy. Like that was just a time to be alive. Like my niece, she always tells me like, just from going back, because everybody's on this going back in the day type vibe now. So my niece, she was born in 2007. She was like, I wish I was born in the 90s. I wish I was this. It was a time to be alive. I just feel like the people who came from the 80s and the 90s, of course, like the 70s, 62, but they're a little older than us. But I felt like we had the best because we seen everything before technology came. And it's like, if you're smart, you want to grow with it. You want to grow with technology. You want to stay up with it. And it's almost like this is why I don't care what's going on. I might not be into everything, but I try to understand it. Like, even though I'm not big on TikTok, I still open it up and I still try to understand like what to do. On TikTok, it's easier to get views as a new person. All you got to do is do some hashtags or whatever and get up in the mix over there. It's easier. So I like TikTok, but I really don't like it because people have the attention span of a gnat. So it's not really a platform that I like. I like YouTube because people will, based on my watch time and my analytics, people will watch my videos longer. I don't really like anytime you see me doing a short video that's probably like even 7 minutes, that's not really like, I really don't like that. And especially, I just don't like it. I like to be able to come and speak. So, yeah, but TikTok, I think I urge you, like whatever new comes along, even if you don't like it, just like I got Threads on my phone. I don't use it, but I got into it to see what it was about. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't really like it, but I just feel like your brain, it's like you have to be a life learner, like just keep learning and learning. And that's why I feel like we have the advantage of being like the younger and older millennials. Like we have that advantage because it's like we grew through everything. So it's just like, what's next? You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But listen, as it pertains to this OJ Simpson situation, rest in peace to OJ Simpson. You heard that they said that Ronald Goldman's family is trying to come after the money like already. It's like this man ain't even in the ground yet. So listen, let me share this with y'all. Give me a second. Let's go into this where they announced it. Let's just play this real quick.
Just learned that OJ Simpson has died at the age of 76. His family putting out this statement just moments ago. On April 10th, our father, Orenthal James Simpson, succumbed to his battle with cancer. He was surrounded by his children and grandchildren. During this time of transition, his family asks that you please respect their wishes for privacy and grace. And that was from the Simpson family. Apparently, was battling cancer, Sandra, and as I think you had said that you'd seen him recently, and he had looked fairly frail in the last few months.
Yeah, prostate cancer that he was not able to overcome, obviously. And I believe it was a TMZ camera that stopped him and asked if he would enter hospice care, and to which he replied no. He's 76 years old. He began to look very frail during his cancer battle. Clearly, everything you just described about his later part of his life overshadowed his early football success. I mean, this was OJ Simpson, Buffalo Bills, 11 seasons in the NFL, but all that professional success obviously overshadowed by his trial and controversial acquittal for the murders of his former wife, Nicole Brown, and her friend, Ron Goldman. I mean, we all have our memories going back to those days. I know you have yours. We can picture the white Bronco and the police chase, and wow.
Yo, that white Bronco, that whole scene was like, I ain't gonna say it's iconic because of the reason behind it, but I mean, it was crazy. It was just plastered over the news. I feel like that was the first real trial that they plastered all over the news. It was like a thing every day. We wanted to know the updates every day. Even as a young kid, you know, I have to look up the year when that was exactly, but I remember I was in like elementary or high school, elementary or middle school at the time. I wasn't in high school yet.
How was that a time, 1995, Dana?
Indeed.
I was
a waitress at the time when that jury decision came down. But also, I mean, to look back before all of that happened, you know, he had a pretty incredible football career. He won the Heisman Trophy in 1968. He was playing for the University of Southern California. He set numerous records there, as I'm sure the sports fans amongst us will be able to tell me. He was inducted in the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1985. And then you might not, I don't know if do you remember he was an actor?
Yeah.
Yes, and he was in, what was that movie?
Hertz commercial.
I wouldn't be able to tell you that.
Naked Gun. That's the one I'm
remembering.
But
I knew that was part of his very complicated career before all of this happened.
Yeah, if you remember back in those days too, he was also in the Hertz commercials. He was running through the airport. Those was iconic times.
Someone who knows a lot about that is Jim Gray, Dana. He is joining us now.
Oh, great.
Jim, I know you've gotten the news. OJ Simpson dead at the age of 76 following his prostate cancer battle.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult to process this because such an amazing football career, broadcasting career, and then overshadowed by the conviction of civil charges on the killing of Ron Brown.
Well, it's good to hear from somebody who's not Black, who has some sort of empathy and like sympathy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could hear it in his voice that at least he cared. Like, some people, they trying to be funny and like, I don't know if you get that vibe, but I do.
I'm sorry, Ron Goldman. I knew OJ quite well. When I worked at CBS, OJ worked at NBC, and they would send me to his games. And he would end up giving me a ride home from the airport, ride to the game, spend several meals together. And I never saw a guy who enjoyed his public persona more than OJ Simpson. He would show up at a place and everybody would light up. Then, of course, he was acquitted on those charges, but accused of murder. And I never spoke to him again after that time.
Oh, is that right?
Did see him at a fight one night. Yeah, did see him at a fight one night, but our paths did not cross. But a very disturbing, complicated life.
Yeah.
OJ Simpson had.
Tell us about his early football talents. At the University of Southern California, indeed, winning the Heisman, setting numerous records.
He was a great football player, great running back. He had the single season rushing record for a long, long time in the National Football League that was broken by Eric Dickerson in 1984. Dickerson's record still stands to this day, 2105. But OJ was the first running back in the National Football League to eclipse 2,000 yards in a single season. Hasn't happened too much in the National Football League history, and he had that record. And he was a bigger-than-life figure. When he came to the University of Southern California, he kind of lit up. He kind of lit up the playing field, and he kind of took Hollywood by storm. He was one of those guys that had this magnetism that attracted everybody to him, and had a big smile, had a tremendous career in commercials with Hertz, amongst others, and running through airports. And he was an icon in football. And he went on to have a broadcasting career with ABC and NBC. Appeared regularly with Howard Cosell, and he was a fixture. He was a fixture and had a spotlight in America on television because of what he had done on the football field, and was also in some movies.
Yeah, and a lot of Hertz commercials I kind of remember as well. Jim, do you sort of remember going back to that moment in time when you learned that he was accused of these heinous murders? I mean, this was somebody you knew on the football field. And as you just described, this big personality who would stop the room when he walked in it and light up the room. I mean, what do you remember going back to that moment in time when you learned he was accused of this?
It was hard to believe because I had been in OJ's company hundreds of times, and I'd never seen him have a bad public moment. He had signed every autograph. He smiled for everybody. He shook every hand. He was available. He was accessible. He was seemingly very comfortable with his celebrity. I knew Nicole, had played softball in their 4th of July softball games, been over to his house on numerous occasions. Obviously had a double life. I did not know of any of the domestic abuse that had been going on. So I was shocked when I heard this about OJ Simpson, and the more and more evidence that came out, it just became more and more shocking. I didn't know about any of the extracurricular activities that he might have had with any drug involvement or anything like that. So, you know, it was all a huge surprise, and you know, it was shocking and it was sad for those of us who did know him to learn that this had gone on and the depth of it. So yeah, it was very, very hard to reconcile.
So listen, I want to bring up some of the videos from prior, like during his trial. I just wanted to share that with y'all. Like, so let's just play this real quick. The response when OJ Simpson was found not guilty back at that time.
Well, with the verdict coming in 4 hours, I think he might be acquitted.
I think it's going to be guilty. I do.
If I was on the jury, it would be 1st degree on Nicole and 2nd degree on Goldman.
It's all anybody could talk about the night before the verdict. Public opinion is as split today as it was a year ago. Around the LA Criminal Courts building, the anticipation for this final chapter is as intense as the sea of spotlights. For some, that is the attraction.
I just want to see what the courthouse looked like, you know, visiting, taking pictures, looking at the media.
Cameras are being set by the courthouse entrance, reporters jockeying for position. The media, the public, and the police were all taken by surprise.
I was a little bit surprised, but not shocked. We were prepared for whenever it came down, and so that's why we're going on a tactical alert in the morning, and that way we'll have the resources to handle anything that arises.
And always ready are those street-side vendors. Even T-shirts with verdicts have already rolled off the press, and people are buying.
And then also on the front, it has the freeway, when they chase them down on the freeway.
How much is it?
It's $15.
And you want to buy it?
I'm buying it.
But even amidst the lighthearted chatter, people around here know tomorrow's verdict could throw the city into chaos.
There's a lot of hatred out here now. People are angry. This trial has really affected people's lives.
What happened to the audio? Hold on a second.
TV cameras from all crowd outside.
All right. So they about to go into that. Let's see.
Police began shutting down the street early in the morning as the crowd outside the courthouse grew to thousands. TV cameras from all over the world descended upon Los Angeles. Security was tight. Tension was building. Just after 10 o'clock, there was silence outside. Then the verdict.
The black man got off. Oh, that's right. He got off because it wasn't no evidence.
They burst out into tears. They screamed. They rejoiced.
I remember when this verdict came down, we was all excited. We was all happy. Everybody was like, if the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. Everybody was saying that, like, yo, what a time to be alive. Like, I can't believe, like, of course I'm happy that I'm here and I'm still like, you know, but it's like just reflecting to back at that point is just like, wow.
As police in riot gear looked on without emotion, many say the verdict was a message not only about Simpson's innocence, but about racism. The crowd began building at the crack of dawn.
I mean, I'm a trial watcher anyway, so I figured this is like the trial of the century here, so I may as well be at this one.
Hundreds of trial watchers hoping for 7 courtroom seats to witness the final moments of the trial of the century.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Outside, police on tactical alert shut down 2 major streets as a precaution.
Again, we are asking.
Wait, are they repeating? Hold on a second. I feel like they repeating.
Cameras captured every moment of history. The crowd was tense and emotional.
OJ Simpson and his dream team of lawyers are the biggest whores this side of Vegas.
Moments after 10 o'clock, silence. Then there was the verdict.
All right, so that was that. I wanted to. Yo, hold up a second. Hold up. Give me 1 second. Give me a second. Hold on. I apologize. This is tweaking. All right, my bad. Let's bring that back up. I apologize. All right, let's go.
You can turn.
So yeah, so that's that, you know. If the glove does not fit, you must acquit. So yeah, I also wanted to go over here to Tariq Nasheed page. He posts a lot of interesting things. So he posted this in regards to OJ. He said, "This is Mary Ann Gerches. She was an eyewitness who saw four men running away from the condominium where Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman were unalive. Because her testimony would further prove that the LAPD planted evidence, the LAPD trumped up some bogus charges on her so that she would be discredited and not able to testify in the OJ Simpson trial." Also, I feel like he had a clip of that police officer who was saying that, where's that clip at that Tariq Nasheed had where the guy was asked, did he plant something or did he lie? And he stated that, actually, let's just go over here. We're going to scroll through the tweets. So we'll find that. So OJ Simpson, Tariq Nasheed posted, OJ Simpson stayed winning in life. He was a winner in football. He won the trial where suspected white supremacists falsely accused him of murder. He didn't pay squat for the bogus revenge civil trial. He didn't pay squat from the bogus revenge civil trial. Yo, but they still, oh man. He survived another revenge case where they jailed him for getting his own property. He spent his final years chilling and playing golf. OJ ran past these haters. And did y'all see that did y'all see that Caitlyn Jenner posted good riddance or something like that? That's so bold. And it's like Caitlyn Jenner, she done transformed, but it's like I heard that Caitlyn Jenner is really mad because it was rumored that OJ was banging up Kris Jenner. So I mean, it's like, what is he mad about? You know what I'm saying? And then people were rumors saying that, oh, Chloe, she's bigger. Is Chloe OJ's child and all of that too? It was a whole bunch of talk about that, but I found this to be interesting, right? Look, peep this. So Brown and Goldman, the Brown and Goldman families then brought a civil lawsuit against Simpson in 1997. A jury in Santa Monica found him liable for deaths, and he was ordered to pay the families more than $30 million in damages. I don't understand how he was liable to pay the family $30 million in damages if he was acquitted of the murder the trial. I don't understand that. Like, this is how you could tell, like, the system, everything is just corrupt. It's corrupt. I don't understand. Why wasn't he found guilty then? But they did that to him because he was rich. Come on, man. How do you have to pay a civil lawsuit to the Brown and Goldman families if you were basically innocent? I don't get that. So anyway, let's go back over here because I wanted to go through a few of Tariq Nasheed's tweets. Let me go back. Let's scroll up. All right, so he's talking about in his book, The Foundational Black American Race Baiter, I go in depth about OJ Simpson's innocence and how the case was important for the maintenance of the systemic white supremacy. I love Tariq Nasheed because he always reps us to the fullest. Like, yeah. And so you see Mark Lamont Hill, he posted about this. OJ Simpson is dead. Do not make him a hero or a martyr. And Tariq Nasheed said a fresh batch of butter biscuits is out the oven now. Basically calling him, So this is Nicole Brown and her children. Somebody put in 1994, Nicole Brown Simpson was brutally unalived. OJ Simpson got to live another 30 years before passing away from cancer today. Nobody was ever convicted of killing her, but everyone knows who did it. Rather than focusing exclusively on him, let's take a second to pretty much talk about her. So, and Tariq Nasheed said, well, we know OJ Simpson didn't do it. That's why he was found innocent. So listen, some people do feel OJ did this. A lot of people, listen, I just know some of the facts of the matter is they was trying to say, if OJ did it, he was at like the LAX airport, he was at LAX airport and like based on like the traffic and everything in LA, there's no way that he would have been able to get there at that time. So let me just say this, right? And just to be fair, rest in peace to OJ. Now, if he has something to do with it, we don't know. Somebody else could have did it. I was in some sort of space earlier, and they were saying that they think that her drug handlers did this to her. Did this to them. I don't know. It's all speculation or whatever, right? But yeah, as it's stated, OJ was found not guilty. He was acquitted. So it's like people could say what they want to say. They just mad that a black man was found innocent. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. This case was more so, it wasn't really about Nicole Simpson. It wasn't about her. It wasn't about Nicole Simpson and Goldman. It was more so about black versus white. That's what I personally felt about it, just to be honest with you. Give me a second. So yeah. So then Mark Lamont Hill said OJ Simpson was an abusive liar who abandoned his community long before he unalived two people in cold blood. His acquittal for his murder was the correct and necessary result of racist criminal legal system. But he's a monster, not a martyr. And he says somebody is auditioning for a job at a white company. So Tariq Nasheed said, if anyone seriously thinks that OJ Simpson just randomly decided one night to pull a skull cap, a tracksuit, and some Bruno Magli dress shoes and small gloves that didn't fit, to drive over to his ex-wife's house in this ridiculous outfit and brutally unalive her and her friend, brutally unalive her and her friend with a knife and not get any bruises, and then get rid of the body, clothes, and knife, and make it home to catch a flight, all within 25-minute time span, I have a bridge in Brooklyn to sell to you. That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, you got to think about it. They said that, you know, for Goldman, they said that he fought back. So OJ didn't have any blood on him. He didn't have any scars, any bruising, or anything. It's like, come on, man, listen. It has to there has to be a trace of something, and they couldn't find it on him. And what I want to say is like, you know, not even to really go into, because just respecting OJ because he passed away. Whether he had somebody do it, we don't know. We don't know that. Like, but he didn't do it. He didn't do it. And I'm not saying that that's right either, but he was acquitted because it was found that he didn't. He was, you know, and that's pictures of OJ. Ron Goldman had defense wounds on his fist. Yet here is OJ after the murders. Why no bruises on OJ? Right. No bruises at all. He said, I've been proving OJ Simpson's innocence on this app for almost a decade. Oh, so he posted this a while ago. When was this posted by Tariq? Wow. You see the date he put that? July 11, 2016. Yep. Medical examination showing no bruising on OJ. Yep. That's part of the reason why he got off. Ron Goldman had bruising. They said that, you know, that was one of the things that they were saying, like, oh, he fought back. He fought back. Like, you know, and OJ didn't have any type of signs that he had been in any fight or anything. So somebody said, I was born in 94, so forgive me when I asked this. Is it true that OJ got off because the cop in the trial was so racist that he couldn't be charged? And Tariq said, OJ was rightfully acquitted because the jury has common sense enough not to buy the ridiculous theory of the OJ committed double unaliving with the knife and didn't get any bruises on his body. And he disposed of all of the evidence, and all of this was supposed to have taken place within a 25-minute time frame. It's no way possible. Let me tell you something. That little girl, Madeline Soto, who was in Florida, and her mother's boyfriend who did that to her, listen, you can't just, unless you just throw somebody in a lake or something like that, there's no way that you can brutally do something to a person and there's no trace at all. They're going to find out. They're going to find out. Yo, this OJ case, the Sarah Ann Wood, I don't know if y'all remember Sarah Ann Wood. She was a girl who got, maybe it was more of a New York thing, but she was a girl in New York who had got kidnapped. Sarah Ann Wood, yep, that was really popular. So OJ, Sarah Ann Wood, I also remember watching Saturday Night Live a lot in the 90s. That Tanya Hardin and Nancy Kerrigan, that was a huge in the 90s too. Remember she hit her with Tanya Hardin, yeah, Nancy Kerrigan, Tanya Hardin hit her in the leg because she was jealous because she was winning. The 90s we had a few scandals in the 90s. Yeah, but let me continue. So, yep. So they trying to, you know, that was a part of the reason why OJ was acquitted. So, all right. So this is the footage of. Give me a second. All right. So the lead detective in the OJ Simpson case, Mark Furman, who was a white supremacist and was on tape admitting to planting evidence on the innocent Black people, took the stand and said that when asked if he planted the evidence in the OJ case. So listen to what he said. He said he wanted to exercise his Fifth Amendment or whatever, right? Just check this out.
I only have one other question.
What was that, Mr.
Detective Furman, did you plant or manufacture any evidence in this case?
I assert my Fifth Amendment privilege.
I only have one other question.
What was that, Mr.
Detective Furman, did you plant or manufacture any evidence in this case?
I assert my Fifth Amendment privilege.
That's that. I'm white and I say so. They could get away with stuff like that. They can get away with stuff like that. Like, so White House expresses condolences on OJ Simpson's death with no mention of the unaliving victims. You see the New York Post posted this. Why would they mention that if he? And so Tariq Nasheed said, why would they mention murder victims that he had nothing to do with? It's like these people have a way, like they don't even want him to have a day where people just like rest in peace to OJ or nothing like that. This really tells. And listen, if this was somebody who was white, They wouldn't be doing that. They would not be doing that at all. They wouldn't be. Let me actually see if I got that video right here so I could pull it up. Give me a second.
Reaction from the president to OJ Simpson's death. Do you know if they ever crossed paths? If so, how, when?
So I'll say this: our thoughts are with his families during this difficult time. Obviously, with his family and loved ones. And I'll say this: I know that they have asked for some privacy, and so we're going to respect that. I'll just leave it there.
Or any reaction from the president to OJ Simpson's?
So yeah, they asked her for privacy. It's like, what did you want her to do? Like, what did you want her to do to bring that up? Like, for what reason? And then also, you know that we wouldn't have let her hear the end of that at all. I want to see if he posted anything else. Anything else potent? Because I could always count on him to just say, look, Caitlyn Jenner. I couldn't believe this from Caitlyn Jenner. But I think at the time, he was just mad because, you know, if you Google OJ Simpson and Kris Jenner, it was rumors that OJ was saying that, you know, he was banging her in hot tubs and stuff like that. It's some rumors out there about their involvement. And I think what it is that a lot of people was mad that OJ was getting that white kitty. They was mad he was getting that white kitty. That's what a lot of them is mad because of that. But you see what he did to Caitlyn Jenner? So good riddance, OJ Simpson. Wow, that's bold. Hold on a second. So Caitlyn Jenner will not be charged in fatal crash. Oh, that's what Tariq Nasheed quoted to her. He put the Caitlyn Jenner to pay $800,000 settlement for 2015 fatal car crash. Dang. Mine get see. Yeah. All right, so that's pretty much it. So shout out to Tariq Nasheed. I can always count on him to be a source for like to stand up for what's. Oh, I ain't even showing it to y'all. Yo, I'm sorry. Give me a second. That's what I get for not reading my comments. Like, say you're guilty without saying you're guilty. Wow, we can't see. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. So listen, I might as well just proceed. Let me just show this real quick. Give me a second, and then we're gonna get off this OJ talk.
Reaction from the president to OJ Simpson's death. Do you know if they ever crossed paths? If so, how, when?
So I'll say this: our thoughts are with his families during this difficult time. Obviously, with his family and loved ones. And I'll say this: I know that they have asked for some privacy, and so we're going to respect that. I'll just leave it there.
Or any reaction from the president to OJ Simpson?
Yeah. So it's like, what else? You know, I wanted y'all to hear that. It's like, what else was she supposed to say? Then did y'all see this right here? Caitlyn Jenner, you know, it's a lot. It's like people are saying, like, you know, Chloe is OJ's daughter. Do y'all think Chloe is OJ's daughter? I don't think she is, but some people are trying to say that she is, right? So I couldn't believe that Caitlyn Jenner will post that. But again, you know, they say that OJ was banging Kris Jenner. So she feels some sort of way. I don't want to, like, you know, say the wrong thing. But then Tariq Nasheed posted this to her. Caitlyn Jenner to pay $800,000 settlement in a 2015 fatal car crash. I didn't even know that happened. I be in my own world. I ain't know that about Caitlyn Jenner. I think I showed y'all this. So this was the woman. This is Ann Gerches. She was an eyewitness who saw 4 men running away from the condominium where Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman were on the live. Because her testimony wouldn't further prove that LAPD further planted the evidence. The LAPD trumped up some bogus charges on her so that she would be discredited and not able to testify. Let me just scroll down again just to make sure that y'all seen this as well. I wanted to make sure y'all seen, because I don't know where I was at when I posted that guy. Give me a second. I want to make sure that y'all see this. So listen, this was the lead detective. No, I didn't want that way. Give me a second. All right. So the lead detective in the OJ Simpson case, Mark Furman, who was a white supremacist, was on tape admitting to planting evidence on innocent Black people, took the stand and said that when asked if he planted evidence in the OJ Simpson case, and look what he did. He said, I plead my Fifth Amendment right. He never said, oh, I did it or not.
I only have one other question.
What was that, Mr.
Detective Furman, did you plant or manufacture any evidence in this case?
I assert my Fifth Amendment privilege.
I only have one other question.
What was that, Mr.
Detective.
So he asserts his Fifth Amendment privilege. So yeah, listen, rest in peace to OJ. I want to live till I'm at least 90. I know that might be. I feel like I'm cheating myself by saying live until 90. What if I could live to 100? This is why I'm telling you I'm doing the necessary steps now. I'm working out every day. I'm working out 6 days a week. I'm making sure that I eat a lot of vegetables, fruits, and vegetables. Like, you got to make sure you take care of yourself. Stay active. Enrich. Always be in the type of mood to want to learn more and like doing more. And once you get complacent, there's never any growth. You know, always be about bettering yourself. I don't care how hard it is for you. Learning something, whether it's teaching yourself new vocabulary words, whether it's trying to, you know, go back to school and to get, you know, more education, even though we know that leads to more money. But just you always have to, I feel like when you settle and when you're complacent, things could only get worse. But when you're constantly trying to improve, things could only get better. You know, a lot of people look at their 60s and they be like, oh, I want to retire when I get to 60. I don't think that's going to be the life for me. I feel like I'm going to do whatever I can do as long as I can. When I can't do it no more, then I'm not going to do it. Stop smoking all of this weed and getting your mind all foggy. The weed is not even the same no more. People is out of their mind. Yo, I'm telling you, when I used to do that, I used to have this feeling in my brain that I was like, yo, it never made me feel like this before. They doing different things, so they doing a lot, and it's keeping you in the loop-de-loop. Take care of yourself, you know. A lot of us got karma that we want. Listen, I know that this might sound wrong. You might even think that I'm evil, but a lot of us a lot of us know people who need to, you know, they're going to get their karma, and we need to make sure that we at our healthiest. And I'm not trying to pull nothing bad and put no bad energy on myself, but it's some people who I need to see get their karma, like for the way. And Lord, please forgive me for this. But I've been around some people who have done some foul things to people who had their best interests at heart for them, did good for them. And I'm not necessarily saying that I want them to perish, but I want you to get your karma. There's some people who I want to see karma. So yeah, I'm going to make sure that I take care of myself, keep myself safe, and eat my fruits and vegetables daily. I eat more fruits than I eat meat and protein, or, you know, animal protein or whatever. And I'm going to take care of myself because, listen, I'm here for the long run. If I'm 41 now, my mind is into where am I going to be when I'm 61? How am I going to be? Am I going to be upward mobile? Am I going to be walking? Am I have some pep in my step? Or I'm going to be, you know, haggard and bent over and overweight and, you know, riding around in the store on those little scooters? No, I don't want to ride around the store on scooters. When I see those upward mobile older people who are in the store, I look at them and like, wow, you look amazing. You in your 70s? Yup. Yeah. So that's what gives me power. And that's how I want to be. So take care of yourself, you know, take care of yourself. I can't express it any further. Like, make sure that you go to the doctors, you know, if, you know, at least get your blood checked and see where your levels are, you know, with your cholesterol, everything like that, and take care of yourself. That's all I could really say. Right. So anyway, let's move right on. Next thing I want to go into is, oh, why did I click that off? I apologize. I want to know what y'all think about this right here. What do y'all think about Jeezy? So Jeezy said that he wants to go for, do you think, hold on, let me just make sure I got this. All right. So Jeezy says that he's seeking primary custody of his 2-year-old daughter with Jeannie Mai amid their divorce. I don't think I like how this looks on the screen because you can't really. No. Nope. Don't like that either. I guess that's all right. All right. So let's just leave it there. So, Jeezy is seeking primary custody. Listen, let's read this real quick. It looks like things are still being hashed out with Jeezy and Jeannie Mae's divorce battle continues. Now, Jeezy is seeking a change in their custody agreement regarding their 2-year-old daughter. According to the documents obtained by TMZ, Jeezy is asking the judge to toss out their current custody agreement as he seeks primary custody of their baby girl. Jeezy says that he first agreed to move to the basement of their family home during the breakup. However, once Jeannie moved out, she took their daughter with her. Jeezy alleges that Jeannie's mother and brother primarily take care of Monarco and that Jeannie's traveling schedule isn't good for their child. He reportedly accused Jeannie of preventing his time with his daughter for nearly 2 months. Jeezy feels their daughter could have more stability if he was in primary custody. Yeah, you don't have to pay that child support either. So yeah, listen, I'm not, you know what? We always hear women talk about this is as far as I'm concerned, right? If Jeezy is a loving father, if he's one of those dads who wants to be in this child's life, if he's fighting or whatever, then I'm with it. Now, if he's just trying to do this to avoid child support and he really ain't all in or whatever, then I think it's bad. But isn't this what you want? You want a man who wants to be in the child's life, right? And personally, I'm gonna just be completely honest with you. The way that Jeannie Mai's mother did her when her uncle or whatever family member was doing that to her, those inappropriate things, and was taking advantage of her, Jeannie's mother didn't do anything. How do we know her brother is not a weirdo? I wouldn't be comfortable. I'm sorry. I wouldn't be comfortable. And this is how a true father is supposed to move, right? I remember my friend, she was watching like her niece or something, right? At the time, she was watching her niece or something, and the dad was like, out and about, but he called and he was like, "Oh, what's going on?" He's like, "What you doing?" She was like, "Oh, no, I'm just sitting here with, her niece's name." And she said she was, hanging out with me. And he was like, "Oh, I don't really know him like that." He was like, "I'm about to come pick my daughter up." And then so my friend was just like, "Don't feel away. He just don't like a lot of people around his daughter." Yeah, I understand that. I respect it. Even back then, I respected it because if I had a daughter, I don't want my daughter just in front of anybody in anybody's face. So I can't really be mad at it. If Jeezy wants full custody or primary custody, and Jeannie Mai is leaving a baby all around with other people, I can't be mad at them. I can't, and I won't be. So it just is what it is. So let me bring that closer. I want to read some of the comments on there and see what some of the people said about that. What did Chelsea Alana say? If a man is asking for primary custody, give it to him. Too many women struggling to tote a child along just to prove they're a good mother when they're doing more harm than good. I agree with that. Okay. Give me a second. I didn't mean to do that. Don't have custody of any other kids, but want to take yours. Send the baby to China because he playing ghetto games for real. No, I don't agree with that. Send the baby to China? Now, let me get this right. You got her to put up her guard down and to trust you, knowing how she felt about having kids. Married her only to divorce her within 3 years of marrying her and having her child, but her only child by you, making her probably live out of fear of being a single parent because she stated prior that she didn't want kids. She most likely changed her mind for you. Now you want to take her baby away? Man, if this is not diabolical, then I don't know what is. 30,000 likes. That is interesting. So Jeezy does have other kids and he don't got custody of them. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. That's why I had to say both ways of how I felt about it. If he really just wants, if he's concerned as a father, but people change every day also. You can't just beat him down and say maybe he feels as though he made the wrong decisions with his other children in the past, and maybe he wants to make right with this one. Maybe he is concerned about Jeannie Mai's mother ignoring her as she was a child and not realizing how much that impacted her. Maybe he has concerns about his daughter. You don't really know. See, we don't know people's ins and outs and their reasons as to why they're doing what they're doing. I know it could be a lot of baloney, but listen, I'm being objective. I don't know Jeannie Mai and I don't know Jeezy. People are saying that he wasn't in the lives of the other kids, but maybe he wants to be in this one. If I were Jeannie, I'd be in court like, Your Honor, Jeezy like to drink, Jeezy like to smoke, Jeezy like to mix Arm & Hammer with his... I rest my case. Give me the kid. Wow. Why didn't he seek full custody of his other kids? See, this is a thing. People come in primary custody so he doesn't have to pay child support. What did I say? And I don't know if that's true. That's just brainstorming. When you was in school and they made you brainstorm, like the teacher, they'd be like, okay, I want you to write a paper. My teachers did this. Let me know in the comments if they did this to you. So we would have to write a paper and she would tell us to write out our points, like what we wanted to talk about in our essay or whatever. So yeah, I just thought, I was like, is he trying not to pay support? that did come to my mind, but I don't know if that's fully true or not. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's move on. So Megan Thee Stallion. So Megan Thee Stallion, the one who sipped that Don Julio by the gallon, chilling out in Calabasas with them bastards. She got her bachelor's. Now she's trying to get her master's, but they said that Kelsey did the classes. Good luck with your master's. Now, Megan Thee Stallion is she's teasing that she will drop a tequila brand very soon. Now, with Megan Thee Stallion's association with alcohol, I don't think that this is good for her, but I mean, maybe she wants to be known as the, being that, where her past and drinking Henny out the straw and all of that. Maybe this is on brand for her, she feels. But I would think that something that she said that, remember before, I can't remember what she said verbatim, but she was stating that Megan Thee Stallion was saying that liquor, people was just watching her pretty much crash out and all of that. And it was when she was drinking. I don't know what else, if she was doing anything else, but liquor was a huge part of that. So why would you want to get in bed with a liquor company, or I don't know, whatever. But it says neighbors, Megan Thee Stallion is in her bag while on a panel at Adweek for SMW. The hot girl teased that she will be dropping a tequila brand soon. So what's next for the rapper turned superstar? Megan exclusively announced at SMW that she's working on her brand, her tequila brand. She has a new album coming out, and she will be on the road for her Hot Girl Summer Tour. The tour consists of 32 shows across North America and Europe, spanning from May to July, with multiple shows already sold out. I create the things I want to see, she said. I don't create the things for other people to like them. I create music I want to hear, and I go and do my own thing, so to stay true to me. What y'all think about that? I don't know. I just feel like she should do something, because I mean, I feel like Megan, she dresses provocative. Maybe she could have like a clothing brand or something like that, where she could sell like, what's those, what do they call it? Active wear or something like that. I just don't want, people want to get into that. I think that Megan wants to get in that because she's seen maybe how Diddy made money, and people want to be, I think she wants to go into that mogul lane. But you have to be really good in music first. Like Megan, I'm not trying to like front of you or anything like that. Yeah, you got some gold plaques and you might have some platinum packs here and there, but they all based off streams. Like, I just feel like Megan needs to go way harder, like, and I just don't think that the alcohol is, I don't know. I don't see where that's going to go. I don't see where it's going to go. Let me read some of y'all comments and see what y'all talking about. You said she needs to sell some deodorant. I hate this. I love Jeannie Mae and Jeezy, and other kids are grown, and his other kids are grown. Right. Lipo that liver. You said that's not a good look for Meg. You said a stripping brand. She needs a stripping brand. Yeah, like she needs to have some sort of, maybe she could like sell clothing or something like that, whatever. Listen, let's move right on. The next thing I want to bring up is Summer Walker. So Summer Walker is out here with a new boyfriend and all of that, right? I just want to say this. Congratulations to anybody who seeks love, finds love, and they want to be in love and all of that, right? I don't have no issue with that. You want to know what my issue is? And I always think about these stories that we talk about from time to time where, like, for example, Madeline Soto, who was in Florida, and her mother's boyfriend did XYZ to her, unalived her, and did everything, right? Now, Summer Walker, she puts everything out there, so we always know who she's talking to and who's around her. The one thing that bothers me, ladies, I can't stress it enough, right? I can't tell you what to do. And I don't know what it feels like to be a mother and have these kids on your own and feel like, whatever, like you feel alone, right? But one thing I want to say is that your life doesn't stop when you have kids, but something bothers me about women who always bring new guys around their children, right? And the reason why is just to bridge this next thought. And I used to have this conversation with one of my coworker friends, right? And I used to tell her, like, I'm like, what did I say to her? Because she would always tell me about guys she dated and how like they did her or whatever. I'd be like, you have two beautiful daughters. You got something to do. Why are you always chasing these relationships? I said, you chasing these relationships, you need to be focusing on your daughters. Her daughters was younger at that time. Like probably like her oldest daughter was like 8 and her youngest daughter was 3. I said, you got something to do. I said, you acting like you ain't got nothing to do. It's like people be using these relationships as painkillers, as a distracting factor, like to distract them away from their life that they probably don't like. See, people like that don't like to be alone. They don't like to be alone in thought. I don't know if it's because of maybe past traumas and, but one thing that I can do and it make me, and listen, I'm going to tell you this because we all go through little stresses and, we've all been depressed at some point. Maybe, I don't know you, but I know that I have. I remember when I was depressed, I used to never could be home. I always wanted to be out. I was always at the mall. I was always doing something, right? So that's equivalent to a person always wanting to be in a relationship, always wanting to be booed up, trying to cheat yourself and try to trick yourself out of thinking about what's really going on in your mind, right? And I got over that. And now it's so crazy to me. It's like, it's kind of corny, but one of the things I be feeling good about is like, I literally on a Friday, like last Friday, when I was off from work, I remember I streamed last Friday. I got off here probably like 3:00 in the morning. I woke up. I did something in the morning to probably like 9:00 in the morning. I think I was paying some bills and doing something. I laid in that bed. Next time I woke up, it was like 5 something. I slept from 9:00 last Friday to like 5:00 in the afternoon, like the whole day, right? So when I woke up at 5 something, I was in this house. Then I made me like some breakfast. I had like a latte or something. I didn't leave out of the house to go to the gym to probably like 8:30, right? That felt good to me because it's just like, I don't feel like I used to have to feel like I was on a go and like I needed something to distract me from dealing with what was going on. You have to learn how to deal and be on your own. She hugged up on some new man. Congratulations to her if that's what she wants. But it's like, now you bringing this new man into your fold. It's like, is Summer Walker pregnant too? I don't know. Or is she just, is she something just, I'm just going to be honest with you. And then it's like you having all of these new people around your kids. And then when things like that happen, like the thing that happened to that little girl and many other girls that happened, you know what they say, and I'm not saying this to say that people are weirdos. You know that they say that when you have a step parent or any step parent around like a child, whether it's a boy or a girl, they said that your child is 20 times more likely to be assaulted by the person who you're dating. 20 times more likely. Yo, listen, I don't know. I just feel like people get in these relationships for painkillers. It's like you just, and then look at people, everybody in the comments, they happy. Summer Walker and her new man, Alonzo Arnold, period. Somebody said she looked like she just gets in relationships with anybody who sends her a DM. I agree. They found him on Twitter. Boy, these women have stories. Wow. They found him on Twitter. Man, the confidence you have to post every single person you're dating, I admire y'all. So Lori Harvey can play, but Summer can't. Y'all irritate me. I just worry about the kids. I don't care who you giving the P word away to. I really don't care about that. I worry about the kids. And maybe Summer is not bringing. She got a baby by London on the track, right? And then she has 2 kids right now, right? So I don't know. I just like, ladies, like, be careful. And you never know who's dating you because of your kids, especially you got a little young teenager girl. You don't even know if the man is looking. I'm being honest with you. You don't know if he's looking at your daughter. You don't know that. Let me tell you something, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you, right? Nothing happened to my niece, but my niece wasn't used to my niece's mom married this guy, and like when he came home from prison or whatever, my niece, she tells me everything, and she told me she was uncomfortable, and I brung it to her mother and told her that. So it's like I shook the table and I spoke to her, and I was able to stay in her ear to let her know, like, I love my niece so much because she listens to me and she understands. So it's just like I let her know at an early age what grooming was, what people do when they try to groom you and do certain things. Like, no, when I tell you I shook the table so hard, they probably wanted to fight me. Like, yeah, they probably wanted to fight me. Like, when I tell you I did, but I'm happy that she brought the information to me. And it was just like, as her uncle, I had to say something because it's just like, this is how adults fail children every day. No, I don't play that. I don't care. I don't play that. And the guy, he ended up being nice. He is nice to my niece, or whatever. But my niece wasn't used to no man being around that wasn't her father. And her mom, it wasn't no type of transition phase or anything like that. She just dumped him into her living situation. There was no explanation or anything like that. And it was like, I love my niece so much. And I hope that none of y'all are doing this to your kids. My niece was just like, my niece's stepfather, he was in prison for 10 years over something related that happened, right? And she was just telling me, she was just like, you know, my mom, she tried to make me feel like I loved him or whatever. She was like, she was like, I didn't even really realize what love was because she kept trying to like force me like to love him. She was like, I don't love him. Like, you know what I'm saying? She told me that. She was just like, I didn't like that because it's like, you're trying to force me and tell me like what love is. Like, I just thought that was so potent when she said that to me. She was like, at first I didn't realize what love was. Like, she didn't realize that. That is not love. And be trying to force and trying to like, when I tell you the tricks that people play is crazy. But yeah, take care of your kids. I don't care about the relationship. Don't be bringing new people around your kids. It's just a little weird to me. Listen, I'm nearing my hour too. Yeah, I am. So let me go into my last topic that I want to bring up. Just give me a second. Let me bring this up. Make sure that you thumbs up this video if you're still here. I know it's kind of late and all of that. Let's see. Yes, call out from work. Used my PTO. I was fired. I was depressed. I'm better now. Yeah, we all go through things. We all do. Women shouldn't be dating a man that just came home from jail. Listen. I'm sorry. I thought that I had this up. Listen. You'd be surprised. You would be surprised. I promise you. And I want to tell you this. I'm being so sincere when I tell you. And the only reason why I'm saying this is because I know what's happening. When you have trauma from your past, whether it was your mother on drugs, whether it was your father on drugs, whether it was somebody touched you and did something inappropriate to you or whatever, that lingers because it lingers. It lingers. Let me tell you something. I've never understood when I met this person who has a doctorate degree and they want to be with somebody who has nothing compared to them. Nothing. But guess what? The weakness is that you feel like you're up here. It's a power situation. You feel like you're up here and they're down there. But if you dating a person who's down there, not saying that the person who's up there with you can't do crazy things and cheat and beat and do all types of assault or anything like that. Not saying that, but give yourself a chance. A lot of the trauma and drama that people going through shape the way for the people who you're attracted to. If you've been through trauma and drama, then you looking at somebody and you feel like, oh, if they went through trauma and drama, maybe I can be their savior. Maybe I can save their life or something like that. It's weird. It's weird. Yeah, I don't even really want to go into that, but I know a lot of women who are successful and they don't date on their level. They don't. And it's unfortunate. And I'm going to tell you, it's not that they can't. It's that they don't date on their level because they like to be in power. So they want to date somebody who's a step down so they can be in power over them. It's a thing. I'm telling you. And it's not a good thing. So, yeah. Anyway, let me see where I want to go. Give me a second. So listen, thumbs up this video if you're still here. Subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up. Share the video. That's how you support the channel. I don't have my Cash App up. I should have posted the link in the bio, but I didn't, unfortunately. I wanted to bring this thing up over here, what Nicki had posted on. Well, actually, let me go over here first and show you this. Yo, Azealia Banks, she is crazy. Azealia Banks. Forever. Let me go over here and show you what Azealia Banks posted to Doja. Hold on. Do I want to? Let me do this right here. All right, right. I want to read to you what Azealia Banks wrote to Doja. So she wrote this earlier. She said, "Can I get that Michael? Wait, couldn't you get Michael Kors if you was Michael Kors?" Okay. She's trying to quote Nicki. Listen what she said to Doja. She said, "So Doja, this is what we do at cheap." Wait, hold on. Because, you know, Doja tried to play Azealia Banks the other day in regards to having like a soap company. So Dochi, this is what we do here at Cheapy XO. We're making medicine, creating preventative herbal blends, informing Americans how things they eat affect health outcomes, the importance of the spine and CNS at number one. What CNS as the number one most important organ in the body. Big thanks for the B word boy shout out. It grossed 3.5 million US dollars to date and given representation to the same people you are trying to bait with the stereotypical ish. So this is the second post that took me out, where she said, hold on. Yo, this took me out. She said to Dochi, just listen to this. She says, speaking of which, Dochi, did you know that unsightly discoloration of your bottom in your music videos is due to the retention of dead cells? The cellular plaque seen in your videos comprised of dead skin cells, sebum, and baked on fecal matter. Yes, you showed the world your poop barnacles attached to your bati jar, whilst having the nerve to call yourself Swamp Girl. Clearly, this is not in reference to Florida and direct nod to the swampy derriere, the scars running from in between your crack from scratching what I presume to be stubborn case of candida overload. I would try to stop smoking cigarettes as that is food for candida and a recipe for frequent reoccurring yeast infections. I also advise to brushing your teeth twice a day. You are skipping the nighttime brushing. Your teeth are yellow from the Newport tar there. Your eyes are even yellow, which means you're experiencing early stage liver failure and have a poor diet. Surely your label can take you to a doctor for RX Diflican. All the best, dear. Yo, that's crazy. Why she try to play her like that? But you know, Dochi did try to stunt though. Hold on, let me take this off. Dochi did try to stunt. Hold on. She did try to stunt on Azealia Banks, talking about she getting platinum plaques. You know that, everybody's wishing the best for JT, and I wish the best for her too, right? But that song flopped. Let's keep it real. Let's also keep this real though too, while we on it and talking about it. Doja Cat, you dropped the deluxe album last week. Nobody cares about it. I'm telling you. Who do you know is talking about it? I promise you. I opened my phone up this week and I searched iTunes. Doja Cat album is not even in the top. How did Megan Thee Stallion and Glorilla? Doja Cat is supposed to be huge. How did Doja Cat album is not in the top? I'm in the top. Where's her new album? Her new deluxe at? Her new deluxe is not in the top 100 of iTunes. It's not in the top 200 either. Go Slow, Beyonce number 2. Who number 1? Some album that just some original soundtrack. Beyonce is number 2. Who's notable? J. Cole number 5. After a week on some mixtape-ish that he dropped. What? Where's the demand at for the top female rappers? Bryson Tiller is even number 23. Maybe I overlooked it. Am I wrong? Is Doja here and I just don't see her? Is she here and I just don't see her? Is she there? Is she here? I'm at number 80 already. Scrolling, 90. Scrolling, 100. Scrolling. Tyler is number 100. Okay. Scrolling. Okay, I was wrong. She's number 123. Number 123. She came out with a deluxe last week. Are any of the songs charting? Scrolling. So I was like, Doja Cat, it didn't make any noise. It didn't make any noise at all. Hold on a second. I want to pull this up before I read this again from Dochi. Just give me a second. All right, it's 107. I'm going to get myself to 115. Give me a second because I want to see what's going on radio. One by one, Damn, Cardi still nowhere. Her song Enough. I know she felt bad it ain't doing nothing on iTunes. One by one. She got that water. She got that water. Poor Punta Riri. Punta Riri still is not doing nothing. I know she felt crazy. Let's see, Glorilla. Oh, they ain't putting radio into that yet. Okay, so listen. Let's read this again what Azealia Banks said to Doechii. I apologize for the segue. She says, speaking of which, Doechii, did you know that the unsightly discoloration of your derriere in many of your videos is due to the retention of dead cells? The cellular plaque seen in your videos is compromised of dead skin cells, sebum, and baked on fecal matter. Yes, you showed the world your poop barnacles attached to your bati jar while it's having the nerve to call yourself a swamp girl. Clearly, this is not in reference to the Florida and in a direct nod to your swampy bottom. The scars running from in between your crack from scratching. She just digging. Ooh. Anytime I see somebody have dirt under their nails, I'll be thinking that they've been digging in their ass. That's what I'll be thinking. Yo, she said the scars running in between your crack is from scratching. Yo, Azealia Banks is crazy. What I presume to be stubborn case of candida overload, meaning you eating too much sugar. I would stop smoking cigarettes as that is food for candida and a recipe for reoccurring yeast problems. I also advise brushing your teeth twice a day. You're skipping the nighttime brush and your teeth are yellow from the Newport tar there. Your eyes are even yellow, which means you're experiencing early stage liver failure and have a very poor diet. Surely your label can take you to a doctor for a prescription for a diflucan. All the best, dear. That's crazy. She really tried to eat Doechii up. And I didn't even think that Doechii even ate Azealia Banks up the other day when she said that. It's like, Doechii, come on. Come on. So anyway, so that was that with Azealia Banks. Let me just pull this back. Why I pull this other thing up. Give me a second. Thumbs up this video. Subscribe to the channel. Oh, wow. Thank you, Shanique. Thank you for the $50 Cash App. I appreciate you. You always show so much love. Thanks for the live stream. No, thank you. Thank you. I always appreciate you. You always show mad love. Thank you so much. You know what? I actually, I was inside of Hobby Lobby today because I wanted to get something to go in my background. So my coworker, tomorrow's her last day, right? Typically, I work from home on Fridays. This is why I need to get off of here and go. But I'm going to do this last topic before I leave. So typically, I get off of here. Typically, I work from home on Friday, but being that tomorrow's her last day working with the company, I'm going to go into work tomorrow. So yeah, and I'm going to bring the canvas, and I bought like all of this paint and stuff. So I'm going to be going in to do that as well. But yeah, I just, I want to, she's going to do like Aquarius color. So I bought all this. I was in there probably like an hour trying to pick out the right paint and stuff like that. So thank you so much for that, Vanessa Rudgal in the chat. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Let's see. I want to do this before I go though. Give me a second. No, that's not what I'm on. That's not what I'm on. I want to bring this up. This was sick. This is sick. Can y'all see that? Hold on. Houston teacher arrested for trafficking after she was caught allegedly recruiting girls for her 22-year-old son. Did y'all see this on the Neighborhood Talk? Oh my God, like people are crazy. This woman is 42 years old. Neighbors, this is absolutely sick. A Houston teacher is behind bars after she was caught running a ring with her 22-year-old son. According to Fox News, Kadria Grisby, I looked her up on Facebook too when I couldn't find her page. Kadria Grisby, 42, is being accused of recruiting girls from her school, Klein ISD in Houston, and delivering them to her son, Roger McGee, who would engage in intimate acts with the teens and send them money afterward. The three victims, aged 15, 16, and 17, are described as runaways that were in need of a place to stay when Grisby took advantage of their vulnerability. Grisby would reportedly offer the girls a place to stay, which would be a hotel where they would, damn, I forgot I left my window open. She offered them a place to stay, which was a hotel where they would partake in intimate activities with her son McGee. Police were able to obtain text messages between one of the minors and McGee that showed money being sent through Zelle for soliciting as workers, like Diddy, the workers like Diddy. Grisby was reportedly paying for the hotel rooms and was fully aware of the intimate relations McGee was participating in with the minors. She is crooked. Let me tell you something. Grisby was charged with 6 counts, 3 counts of trafficking, and with a total bond of $750,000. So what does that mean? It's $750,000. She got to pay. Is that $75,000 or $7,500? She got paid to get out. What is it? Is it 10% or is it? What is the amount they got to pay to get out? You let me know in the comments. I can't remember right now. So as for McGee, he was arrested back in 2022 on charges and has been in jail since. Wow, this is sick. That is sick. You 15, 16, and 17-year-olds and you paying for rooms for your son to be intimate with them? That's sick. I don't care what nobody say. That's weird too. So let's get into Nicki Minaj. So, Nicki, I did a video yesterday. She posted up with the girls. They all came out at Gag City, Boston, and did the show with Nicki. So that was up. She posted a picture today with the girls as well, with Bia, JT, Akbar, Malibu Mitch, and Katie Got Bands. So there's all the ladies. They popped out last night at Gag City, Boston. Not last night, but the night before, Gag City, Boston. So that's what's up. Shout out to Nicki and all of the girls. Nicki working her damn phone on the tripod. I need me a new tripod. I want me a tripod that stands up more. I don't know how I'm gonna do it though, but I don't want to see. I wanted to get a. I'm gonna tell my coworker. I really wanted to. I might have to just take it back and get the big canvas because I want my wall when my camera is on. I only want you to see the canvas. I don't want you to see the white wall at all. But this one, depending on how big it is, see. Let me look at how this looks. Because this canvas is 30 inches. I don't know, but the one that I got that's 48 inches, I wanted to get. I don't think that's gonna cover. I need to get the bigger one. I need to just bite the bullet and get it because I don't want the way that I want it to be. I want it to cover the wall, but either way, it'll be nice. But anyway, let's get back on that. So shout out to Nicki for bringing the ladies out and showing them, especially for like Akbar. I don't think that she's ever performed like in an arena before or anything like that. So I'm pretty sure that was a time for her to be had. So Nicki posted this. So listen, let's get into this. So Nicki Minaj, she went on Twitter, and Nicki Minaj with a message about collabing with other artists. They've all gotten collaboration, the collaboration they requested. So Nicki went on her Twitter earlier and she said Nicki only collaborates with, like, how people say she only collaborates with, like, whether it's people who they don't think is talented, whether it's people who they think that don't deserve it. So many different reasons, especially coming from people. Asian Doll was one of the first people to show the jealousy, which, brung in Erica Banks trying to make comments about her collaborating with Bia and Ice Spice and like different people like that, right? So Nicki only collaborates with ... So Nicki said, well, I guess all of your faves are, wait, hold on a second. Give me a second. Nicki only collaborates with ... Well, I guess your faves are all nobodies who can't compete because they've all gotten the collaboration they requested. Silly rabbits. Gag City Tour has already made history for being the most successful tour by a female rapper in history, after only 17 shows. Let's see where it ranks out of all hip hop tours, male or female, when it's a rap. Thank you for every single supporter. Barbs, I guess they was really believing the tour wasn't selling. That's why they really mad, huh? Yeah, and that is a fact. All of them got features, all of them. Especially Jess Hilarious. She should be ashamed of herself for tearing down a woman of color and trying to make her look insufficient when you know that she's not. All for that for somebody who's not in your community to come up there and you try to win them over and try to say any and everything to get in their good graces. Like, I watch what they say. I'm telling you, a person could turn me off to make them never like them again, just based off doing stuff like that. Because you would dump your own to make somebody else look sufficient, just because you really feel bad for that person because you know that they don't measure up. But it's easy to support them because they will show you, a certain amount of love or let you in their space. Nicki ain't letting nobody in her space. If she don't like you, she don't like you. If she don't want you in the seat. People, I think that's why they don't like Nicki, is because they can't clobber her. They can't get all over her and get into her graces like that. You got to be protective of your energy and watch who you let come in your surroundings and stuff like that. So Nicki's selective. She's cool with Joe Budden. Joe Budden I'm pretty sure he has a warm line to her. He could call her anytime, get anything if he want to talk or anything. So Just Hilarious just don't have that. And that's why she hated on Nicki. So, yep. So Nicki said, love, light, live life. I'll cherish these moments forever. The energy and beauty that the bars bring, you'd have to really be there to understand the level up. And so Nicki said, we're just getting started. Sneaker line out tomorrow. Pink Friday fragrance selling out nonstop. Pink Friday nails, love. Pink Friday 2 Gag City record-breaking tour. Pink Friday 2, the album is platinum. Heavy on it, record label. Peace Within, more surprises coming. When is that F the Club Up remix coming, Nicki? Like, we need the F the Club Up remix. That's what we really need. So I'm happy for Nicki, and I'm happy that, everything is just working out for her. I ain't gonna lie, like when the tour first started, I was just like, wow, let's see how people gonna, but you know what? I was worried for just a second, but I felt like you have to realize when you go on a tour and you have a build up and everything like that, like Nicki smashed last year. She had Red Ruby the Sleeve. She had Princess Diana. She had Barbie World. It was like she was everywhere. She had so many different songs. You have to realize any artist that tries to come out. So let me just tell this to you also. Any artist that comes out and they coming out with music or whatever, you see how Cardi tried to be slick. I'm going to tell you what she tried to do. It's called a campaign. Female rappers or rappers in general, they campaign before they album come out, before they roll the tour out. It's to get it hyped. Cardi had Like What flop. Cardi came out with that song with Flo Milli, flop, didn't do anything with her. The original version is taken over. They didn't even chart, I don't think, right? Flo Milli, flop. She came out with Enough. It's not doing it. It's not enough. Right? She came out with Punteria after. Cardi wanted to take over the charts and be like, oh, Cardi's everywhere. Like she's on Punteria, she's on Lose Me, she's on Enough, and she got Like What freestyle. She just smashed, right? I'm telling you, this is the excitement that she wanted to cause. And the results weren't responsive. They weren't what she thought it was going to be. So guess what? She's going to have to go back to the drawing board, and they're going to need a little stronger hit to roll that album out, because Enough is not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. She don't have enough. Even with all of those 4 things that she dropped, she still don't have enough she doesn't have enough to push an album in the tour. She don't really. But I mean, the way that they cheapen in things, and it's just like Nicki, you know what's so crazy? Nicki sold 17 shows. She sold out 17 shows, and she has the average amount of tickets that they're selling for Megan Thee Stallion's tour. Let me say that again. Nicki has performed for over 200,000 people already, that they're saying like she sold out 17 shows, or however many it is now, like 20. She's already performed in front of 200,000 people that they're saying like she's already performed in front of, and she's made the most money. She made history for that. Think about that. Megan is only her ticket sales. She only has like 200,000 in total. So that's to let you know that the tours is on a different level. It's a big difference. So yeah, campaign season for Cardi is not working, and campaign season for Nicki worked. She had Red Ruby the Sleeves. She had, what did Nicki have last year? You put me on. Red Ruby the Sleeves. She had Princess Diana. She had Barbie World. What else did she have? Let's not forget about the other little trinkets that she dropped like even a year before. She had Static. So she had We Go Up. She had Do We Have a Problem? She had we're not gonna really count Bussin', even though I do like Bussin'. Super Freaky Girl. She had a rush. You have to admit, Nicki was hitting way more than Cardi. Cardi was trying to do all these little ghetto anthems, and she thought that was gonna pop with Fendi the rapper. Went nowhere. You know, people like that whole Rip Me Out the Plastic, because Lotto did all of that. That came and left, and nobody cared. It was nothing that's really sustaining. There's nothing sustaining. So yeah, maybe Cardi can go on tour if they reduce the ticket sections and, you know, the volume of the tickets like Cardi, and they do 200,000 seats. Maybe she could go on tour then. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So listen, shout out to Nicki Minaj. She's right. All of their faves wanted that collaboration. They got it. And Nicki is still here winning. And that's why they mad. That's real talk. That's why they mad. Thank you so much again, Vanessa. I appreciate you so much. I need to start promoting my Cash App more in my videos, but I need to make my thing because like when I had this over here, it was different. I just need to make that tomorrow when I get off. I need to make me a new thing, like my female rap elite banner had everything up there, but I don't use that no more. So I need to change it. And I didn't want to keep using that and keep saying potent pondering and then have that up there. So I'm just going to make a new one this week and just, upgrade it. And then I'll have that. But thank you, because you support me even if I don't have nothing up there, and you can always support the show by sharing the videos and, different ways like that, thumbs up and all of that. But listen, it is 1:24. I'm about to go lay down and get ready because I got to I want to be at work by 7. I know that that's not going to happen though, because I'm going to go lay down. I'm probably going to fall asleep at 2:30 probably, or yeah, 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30. It's looking like an 8 o'clock shift tomorrow. So I'm probably going to work 8. Yeah. So anyway, this is your boy LaRon. Let me get up off of here. This is your boy LaRon, Potent Pondering. Please make sure that you thumbs up the video if you're still here. I'm going to go live tomorrow. I'm sorry I went live so late, but I had to go to the gym. And then once I got out of the gym, I had to make dinner and then I had to get settled. It was just like, a whole thing like that. But nonetheless, I got a half day tomorrow, so I'm good. So yeah, I hope all of y'all are have a good day, have a good Friday, and drop in the comments. Let me know what you thought about that. Did you feel any hype from Doja Cat's release last week? Let me know what you think. Also, let me know what you think about OJ Simpson situation as well. I really want to know your thoughts on that and how you feel about OJ. And of course, the Nicki Minaj, Summer Walker. I don't have no issue with nobody dating, but be careful who you bring around your kids. Like, and look up the statistics of abuse and all of that towards children when you dating somebody who's. I mean, the father can be like that too. But I'm telling you, they said the chances are 20% higher. That's what statistics show. When you date somebody who's not that child's father, and then think about it, y'all be giving people, and I'm not just saying just women, but think about it. Say you just living in this apartment and you got a daughter here. This is her bedroom that I'm in. And, you just bring a guy in, you start dating him after a few weeks. Now he got full access. And then it's just like, oh, my daughter, she get off school at 3. And it's like, I don't get off till 7. Can you be there with my daughter till I get off or whatever? Y'all giving people too much access. People do not just know. It's like, I don't get it. These kids don't deserve it. Like, yo, It was this lady, she told me, right? And I'm about to get off here after this note. She told me that she was like, she took these girls and, was taking care of them or whatever, right? And so the girl at probably like 18, 19, pretty much she started to fool around with her husband, but she never told her until like 2 years ago. So she told her like 2 years ago, and she's not with her husband no more, but she was just like, I wanted to tell you something. Because what happened was she was divorcing her husband and he was calling her to try to ask her, could he get something from out of the house or whatever. So once the girl found out that was who was on the phone, she was like, I want to tell you something. I've been intimate with him since I was 19 years old with the woman's husband, right? So she was like, people was mad at her because she was like, that don't really have nothing to do with me no more. Like, you never told me nothing about it before. And why did you suddenly tell me about this now that he's on the phone? It's like, so you mean to tell me while, she was staying at her home, she was like, yep, when you would leave, we would have whatever. Yep. That's crazy. You got to be careful with people. You got to be careful who you dating. I just don't really know. Like, let me tell you, how do you vet the proper person? How do you vet the perfect person? I would say that a person, like one of the biggest things, and don't even promote it to them. I'm telling you, when you meet these people, stop telling them what you're looking for. You need to fall into it and see how it is. Don't tell them you want somebody who respects their mother and all of that, right? You need to see if their mother ain't alive. You need to see who's a positive woman, like a role model in your life that you look to. If they don't got that, I'm gonna tell you, run. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Because if there's no standard, or if there's nobody if you can't just observe how soft is he with his mom, how delicate is he with her, how does he help her, does he, like How does he care, for his mother? Does he seem annoyed by her all the time? Does he talk crazy to her all the time? You're not going to meet him on the first date and be like, yeah, I just want somebody who just respects their mom, whatever. Because if they don't respect their mom, that's a red flag to me. He could be disrespecting her. And just because you said that, he's going to be nice to her just to get you over in the beginning. And then once it starts, it's going to turn into a Meek Mill situation. You heard what Nicki said about Meek Mill. What he did was going in crazy on her in front of her mom. And yeah, I'm not even going to go into that. But I'm telling you, stop that. Let that be your cheat code. Stop telling people what you're looking for and just let them unravel it. Stop telling people where you live immediately too, because then you can't get rid of them. You can't get rid of them. See, people need to take it back old school and start dating people outside of the house, spending the block mad time so you could make sure that you getting lost to them so they don't even know where you live at all. If you on dating apps and it's showing the mileage, you might need to find a way to turn that off so they don't even know how close they are, because people will spend to see, oh, how close? We 500 feet away. You need to turn that off too. There's so many different things, but yeah, be careful. There's most of all is what I'm trying to say. Just be careful and stop bringing people into your child's living situation. I hope Summer Walker ain't bringing that guy into her. And I'm not saying that he's a funny guy or anything like that, but people need to be properly vetted. You need to see how a person gets when they're really mad. You need to see how they treat people around them, how they treat their friends. That's all important stuff. So listen, I could talk for a minute, but I'm going to get up out of here. Let's see. Dang, I want to get to the bottom. Shapeshifters. Let's see. You said may God coochie suppress. You said they tracking you on stream too. You said I need some potent NyQuil. Yeah. So listen, let me get up off here, yo. Y'all be blessed. This is your boy LeBron Potent Pondering. Have a great Friday. And yeah, I'm about to go lay down and get ready for bed in the morning. Like I said, my coworker, tomorrow's her last day. I wanted to bring her something in, but I'm about to pay her some money to just make me a canvas. So I got to go pick it up this weekend. She says she's going to work on it this weekend. So maybe I'll get it Monday or Tuesday, but nonetheless. You said stream the gaming app. What you mean by that? Hit me up on Instagram, same name, Potent Pondering. So yeah, I'm out, y'all. Peace. Get her some coffee. Oh, okay. Yeah, I should get her some coffee. Maybe I'll get her a latte in the morning from Starbucks. I might have to go to bed and get up early though, but yeah, I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.